we go. 6 fibers. Now we put another group of 6 fibers in this way, and we grab 6 more fibers and place it in this way, making sure to place the fiber at the center. So now we have 3 groups of fiber in this position, but for the 4th one we'll lift this group and we'll place the 4th group under it. Adjust it with the fingers, and now we will be ready to make the beginning. Okay, so now we have the first step done. Let's prevent it from moving to begin the weave. So we will work in the following way. I lift 4 fibers, and with the folded fiber I place it here and adjust. I lift 4 more fibers. I go behind the warp and adjust. Now I take 4 more fibers. I pass the fiber behind the warp and adjust. So I have done one side already. Now let's do the other side in the same way. I lift 4 fibers. I pass the fiber behind the warp and I adjust. Grab 4 more. I pass the fiber by the foot of the warp and I adjust it. I lift 4 more fibers, pass it by the foot of the warp and adjust again. So I finished 2 sides. Now the other side is left. In the same way, I lift 4 fibers and pass the fiber by the foot of the warp. Always don't forget to adjust. 4 more fibers. Here we go. Always adjusting. So I finished 3 sides, and now the 4th side is left. I lift 4 fibers. I pass the fiber by the foot of the warp. This is the weft and this is the warp. And adjust. 4 more. I lift the warp. I pass the fiber by the base of the warp and adjust it. I lift the warp. I pass the fiber by the base of the warp and adjust. I lift the fiber, pass the fiber by the base of the warp and adjust. So we have gone around for the first time. I will continue working, but in the same way. The compact weaving technique uses the same steps all the way. You weave the same way. So you lift the warp, you pass the weft behind the base of the warp and adjust. Lift the warp, pass the weft behind the base of the warp and adjust. Lift the warp, pass the fiber behind the base of the warp and adjust. Using the left hand to lift the warp and the right hand to do the weft or the weaving. So once again, we lift the warp, pass the fiber behind the base of the warp and adjust. Lift the warp, pass the fiber behind the base of the warp and adjust. Lift the warp, pass the fiber behind the base of the warp and adjust. And so on. All the weaving is very similar. And make sure that the warps are of a single size. So make sure they are not unequal. So lift the warp, pass the fiber behind the base of the warp, and adjust. So the important detail is that it has to be adjusted. If the weave is not adjusted, the weaving will come out unequal. Okay, so here we're going to finish. The tip of the weft is going to finish. So here I'm going to use this tool that we call a threader. As I explained, it is made from an umbrella wire. So insert the threader, then insert the tip that is about to finish, put it in the threader and pull, and we are finished. Now I get the threader once again inside. Well, one note, here we're ending in this fiber, and the other fiber is going to end in the penultimate one. So we're going to place a new fiber. So insert the tip, it is pulled, and that's it. We have obtained a new fiber to continue working. Now there will be a leftover fiber. And we have to cut this leftover fiber or it will bother us. That is why we need the blade to cut the leftovers. So let's continue. The same way, lift the warp, pass the fiber behind the base of the warp and adjust it. That is all. Lift the warp, pass the fiber behind the base of the warp and adjust. Try to use both hands, the left hand to lift the warp, and with the right hand we do the weft. There we go. So lift the warp. So it is important that the fiber stays in these two positions, one in front and one behind. And let work the fiber that is behind. So this fiber is left behind, lift the warp, we pass the fiber under the warp and pull. So this fiber is the one that works. There's always one in the back and one in front. So one more time. Lift the warp, pass the fiber underneath the warp, and adjust. Lift the warp, pass the fiber underneath the warp and adjust. And I continue in the same way until I see where we are going to separate the fibers. So I will explain this a little. If I continue with the same process of weaving, this point here every time is going to be wider. To avoid that, we have to separate. But we will do that a little bit later. So for now, I am going to continue weaving in the same way. So don't forget to use both hands. The left hand to lift the warp and the right hand to make the weft or the weaving. Also make sure that this is a flat, that it is a flat coaster. So don't let it become a dish. So here I will use the rock, so I will explain the use of the rock. It is a very useful tool. As you can see, the fiber now is porous. So we're going to rub the fiber with the rock. We're going to rub both faces of the coaster. This is useful because it will avoid that the coaster forms a dish. So it will be flat. Now I will measure how much is left to reach the 9 centimeters of diameter. 1 centimeter left. So at this point I'm going to separate the warp in two. Here I open, and the weaving is the same way. It's just I'm just separating the warp in two. This one here I do not separate, because if I separate it, it will be too visible that we have separated, and a very dense fabric will come out. So this one I don't separate. This one here, yes. Opening a little bit so you do not notice it too much, what has been separated. Not this one, so I skip one, I separate one. I skip one, I separate one. This one, yes, opening it a little. This one, no, I skip. Now this one, yes. There we go. Opening a little. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, please send them to me. You can contact us through email. Okay. So as you can see here, this point here does not look too small. Looking at it from far away, you cannot see what has been separated. You can see it is lifting up, so we're going to use the stone for that. Okay, on both sides. Okay, like this. And continue in the same way. Lift the warp and pass the fiber behind the base of the warp. There we go. Exactly the same steps. Lift the warp. Okay, so now let's measure to check that we have the 9 centimeters of diameter. Okay, they're there. Now these two tips that are left over, we're going to introduce them inside the weave so we can finish it. There we go. Then the other tip. So insert the threader, insert the tip there. And there we go. And carefully pull. So that is done. So we finished the 9 centimeters of diameter for the coaster. Now we're going to finish the whole coaster. So we're going to insert these fibers to the other side of the warp, from here to here. Let's start. Insert the threader and the fiber. Also insert it in the threader and pull. So introduce the threader, introduce the fiber, and the pull. Again, insert the threader, insert the fiber, and pull. That's it. One more time. Insert the threader, insert the fiber, and pull. You have to press with the fingertips so that the fibers of the warp do not slip. You see, you with the fingers you help. With the tip of the fingers you help. Okay, so not in the middle nor neither too high. If you press on the middle, the threader does not come out. So I'm going to explain. Here it comes out. Here I will do the opposite. Reduce all the fiber and the threader does not come out. So only the tip. Done. There we go. One more. Like that. One more time. Okay. There we go. Insert the threader, the fiber, and then pull. Insert the threader. The fiber and pull. As you can see, this part is also repetitive. One more time. Insert the threader with the help of your fingertips. Insert the fiber and pull. As always, if you have any questions, just send us an email and we'll answer as fast as we can. And the idea of making this coaster is for you to learn the basics, and then you can use these basics to create bigger projects that we will teach in the next class, like handbags or baskets. Okay, so we're finishing introducing the fibers. After this, we'll cut the leftovers. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to cut all the leftover fibers. So this is very easy. Just grab the coaster and begin cutting the tips carefully. You just have to be careful that you don't cut the whole warp, just the tips. Like this. That's it. Now we cut these other tips. Again, being careful that you don't cut the whole warp. There we go. There we go. That's it. Okay, we're finishing. One more here. That's it. So now we finished the weaving and also the cutting of the coaster, and now we have to make the final finish. covering the entire lining of the coaster. So now we're going to finish the coaster. So take 6 fibers to cover the fiber that we have previously cut. And with this other long fiber that we have inserted into the needle, we're going to sew in the following way. First, insert the needle, pull the fiber, and then insert the needle in another space, but bending the tip of the fiber, like that. Before pulling everything, we will insert these 6 fibers here. There we go, and pull. Now insert the needle on the other side. Hold with the tip of your finger so you don't unravel it. And there we go, adjust. Always adjust. Insert the needle one more time. Let the fiber fall well into place so that it is not crooked. There we go. Press and pull. Okay, let's continue. There we go. Insert the needle. Always pressing with your fingers. Again, insert the needle here. And pull. Adjust. That's it. One more time. There we go. So fiber should be in order. So fiber shouldn't be crossed. Needle inserted here and pull. And you can hold it with your fingers for help. Insert the needle one more time. Always press with the tip of your fingers so that it doesn't come loose. Okay, one more time. So we make sure the fiber is not crossed. And continue. One more time. There we go. Now pull. So fiber should be straight. It shouldn't be twisted. Okay, one more time. And pull. Continue in the same way. Insert the needle and pull. One more time. There we go. As you can see, this part is also repetitive. There we go. Almost there, just a few more to go. One more here. That's it. So now we finished the coaster.